Gina, why are we up here?
Well, we're going to talk about our society pillar.
Very nice.
I'd like to see a show of hands and raise them up high if you know somebody with diabetes. Okay, put them down. Raise them up high if you have a family member with diabetes. Raise them up high if you yourself are diabetic. You know, sometimes people around you may even be surprised, people that know you, because I feel like sometimes diabetics are secret agents for their disease. And I'm out to change that, because there needs to be education, there needs to be awareness. And right now I'd like to introduce Linda Kreider. She's the Executive Director of the American Diabetes Association.
We've been working with the ADA for the last couple of years, and it's been a fun experience and a fun partnership, and it's really kind of grown into something. And I want to congratulate the Kansas City market, especially because you guys are the pioneers of this program. And through the program itself, it's kind of grown, and we've raised a lot of money to make a difference. So this year, we're going to be able to present a check to the ADA for $30,760. That's terrific, guys. We did that just through our registers, through just the pinup campaign, and it's really getting traction. As a collective whole over in Washington, is also a counterpart that did this campaign. We raised up over, combined,
I'm going to say right around $400,000.
so between the two markets, we raised over almost close to $500,000. So that's just fantastic. And so thank you very much. And so we wanted to bring Lynn up here to kind of figure out the
On behalf of the American Diabetes Association here in Kansas City, we are thrilled with this relationship, and I'm going to get into a little bit more of a discussion in terms of how that relationship looks and what everyone is doing for us. But the pinup campaign especially has been fun for us to get out to the stores and really meet a lot of you who are making this possible for us. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you. So before we kind of get into it, let me just kind of explain why we think this is an important part of our business. And part of it you said earlier is how do we get back into the neighborhoods? How do we get back into really, our stores are that local subway. There are franchise, there are customers, there are families, there are kids, there are teachers, our workplaces that we see inside the territory. And one of the best things that we can do to help build that relationship is to give back. And we certainly appreciate them coming in, but we have an opportunity to get back. So when we looked at how we can build this platform in the development territory and have a consistent message across all franchisees in the marketplace, we looked for a partner that we could keep that money local. Now granted, when you team up with a very large national partnership, sometimes the money you raise locally just disappears out of the marketplace. But when we went to the ADA, we set out some goals, and we've been able to achieve a high percentage of the money that we raise stays right here in Kansas City. And I think that's cool. And I think that really helps the ones that really need that. So we've also got the sandwiches that are approved for a diabetic inside the store. That doesn't require us to bring in a new SKU. It's just a simple, fill out the bread, and put these certain vegetables on it, and it works. How cool is that? And I can't tell you how big of a difference that is. And as Gina said earlier, if you've never been to the subway with somebody that has diabetes, you don't understand how difficult it is for them for meal choice. Because they're no different. They're just like you and I. They like to go out. They're busy. They're playing active. They're doing other things. They're going around. And so they don't have the opportunity to always go home to cook a special meal. So they like to go out. They like to be normal. But where do you go? See, Subway gives them an opportunity where they don't have to feel like somebody is an outsider. And to me, that's an amazing feeling to give to a customer, let alone a family member, or to be there with them. And we have that opportunity. So it also has had a trickle-down effect, and in fact, it's opened up other opportunities for Subway. Here in the Kansas City market, this particular program finally broke the code to get into hospitals. Finally broke the code to where now we're working with diabetic clinics, different hospitals, and And Subway is becoming an avenue for them too, to teach people that get diabetes, whether they're a child or adult, in their clinics. And they use our menu to say, this is where you can go and eat, this is what you eat, and this is how it works. Cool thing about it is, this is what I've heard, is it tastes good. You know, if you go on a diet and here's all the food you're going to eat, and you say you can't eat certain things anymore, the last thing you want to do is say, well, does it still taste all right? And it tastes good. So that's also a neat thing to do. The other thing that's opened up on Indian nations. So ironically, if you don't know a whole lot about diabetes, the Indian nation itself has a high percentage of diabetes in their ranks. So it's opened up that avenue as well, because they want to provide these meal choices and serve and make a difference with that. So as we build awareness and we do our part, you pat yourself on the back and knowing that you can make a difference, and hopefully finding a way to either make somebody's life a little bit easier through education and awareness, whether it's sending a kid to camp, or maybe we find a cure. So as I've committed each year out of my own company, I buy 2 scholarships and I send 2 kids to camp every single year. And if you've never been to the diabetic camp, it's a pretty cool camp. I went one year and I thought, well, it's just a summer camp. No, it's not just a summer camp. It's a pretty cool camp, because it really, these children are coming to camp and they can see other people like them. You know, when they go to school, they may not see everybody like them. They may be a little concerned or timid. I have to go check my blood, or I have to go do something. Here they get to learn how to live with this, how they can be normal. They just have diabetes. And so it's really, really cool. And then they get to have fun. And these kids have a blast. I wish I could go for the period of time, because I think I would be the biggest kid there. Anyways, they wouldn't let me because I was too big. So anyway, this year we sent 2 girls to camp. And how we award children to go to camp, they have to enter a contest. And we theme it around Subway. And so we put out, you know, why you like Subway or why Subway, and then these children either write an essay or they send a video. So Gina's going to kind of share with you our 2 winners, and you're going to see what one wrote an essay, and one wrote and did a really cute video. You'll laugh, you'll like it, and then you get to meet them in person. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Gina.
It's really hard to pick the winners. Some of these letters and videos are just amazing. We're going to ask for our winners to come up here, Dylan and Alyssa. Let's welcome.
These are yours. Welcome, welcome.
And these are certificates. Certificate from the North Scholarship. Also from...
And I got a gift for you. I don't want you to just come once. I want you to come back more often. And here's a special card, a Subway gift card for you guys, loaded with real money.
And share with your family. I'm going to read Alyssa's letter. My name is Alyssa. I'm 9 years old. I got type 1 diabetes on January 5th, 2011. When I was in the hospital, I was really scared because I did not know what was happening to me, and I felt really bad. At the hospital, I learned all about diabetes and that my mom and dad were going to start giving me shots to make me feel better. I have learned a lot about diabetes, like counting carbs, checking my blood sugar, giving myself shots of insulin, and how I feel when my blood sugar is low. I now have an insulin pump, which makes me happy because I do not have to do shots anymore. I want to go to diabetes camp to meet people that have diabetes. I am the only one in my school that has diabetes. I have never been to camp before, and it sounds really fun. If I'm not mistaken, you just kind of had a sugar thing outside and had to go get something to get back balanced, right? So it can happen anytime. But you know how it is. What I read in this letter was her concern about her mom and dad, her fear, and also about the education that she received at her age about her disease, which means that she's not going to be a secret agent about her disease as she grows up, okay? And now we're going to roll your video, if you're ready, Blake.
And if we could, Nick, if you can drop the lights down a little bit so we can kind of see it. I think it's 3.
I have to be really careful when I play sports. Because my blood sugar drops really low. Guess where I get to go when I need to refuel? Subway! I love this place because I can get a diabetic meal. It fills me up. It gives me energy for the rest of my busy day. Subway. Eat fresh. So why should we pick you to go to Camp Planet D? Because I've never been and I've heard how awesome it is. The best part is, there's gonna be a ton of kids just like me. Trust me, Dylan, no one's just like you. One day, I won't have a school nurse or my family to rely on. I need to do this for myself and those who believe in me.
You have fun at camp? What was your favorite part of camp?
Probably meeting friends that are just like me.
How about you? Did you have a favorite part of camp?
And the favorite part, I liked when we went swimming with my friends.
Oh, nice. Thank you, girls, very much, very much. Thank you for serving our neighborhood.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Linda. Linda's going to talk to us.
Congratulations, Alyssa and Dylan. Those were fabulous, fabulous essay, great video, and Jeff, thank you for the scholarship and everything that you do to support the American Diabetes Association Camp Planet D. But we're going to take kind of a look at the full calendar year as to what goes on at the ADA and really focus in on those key points that Subway is involved with us, because there are a number of things. We're going to start off the year with our very first activity, and that would be our Tour to Cure. Our Tour to Cure happens in June, and as you'll notice on here, you know, our first impact with Jeff was in 2010 as he came out and supported that event. And the picture that you see in the top right, it's the one and only Jeff Fromm, along with Eric Neeson. And those two came out, enjoyed the event, and that's where the passion then really blossomed into what we have today. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll see Team Subway. And, you know, my accolades for this Team Subway at Tour, you know, they really went to that, that store level, the employees, put a team together to support our cause, to do some fundraising and come out and support one another. So that was great to have them out there with us as well. 2014, we are underway in getting registrations going. So if you have a desire and want to put a Team Subway together, we would love to have you. We have a table out in the foyer. Please stop there and we can help you with some registrations and give you some more information about our Tour to Cure 2014. Then as we go into the month of July, this is where camp falls for us. We have sub-band that will come out and be with the kids, and typically that's going to hit when we do our VIP night, and we always invite all of our donors that help us with Camp Planet D to come out and experience Carnival Night with us, and it's a lot of fun. So you'll see a picture of Jeff and two of our previous scholarship winners, not this year, but we really appreciate the support that he gives us to support the camp. And I would like to add also, the fundraising that the ADA does throughout the year supports this camp. It is by far the biggest expense that we have on our balance sheet. Every child who comes to camp, we max out at 135 kids. It costs about, well, not about, it costs $1,400 per child for us to put this camp on. That is cost prohibitive for parents when you're looking at just a week. So we dropped that back and asked our parents to pay $400. The ADA then is raising money to support that big gap, the remaining piece. And it's donations and gifts like what Jeff does and other community members that support this. And we do scholarship funds because there are children that we know, families that financially can't afford the $400. We never want to turn any children away. So we set aside money in our fundraising efforts so that we can, through financial needs assessment, provide that support for the families who need that. So the next slide, just kind of shows how many kids are out there at camp, and I'm telling you, when you've got 135 kids that you're trying to corral, that's a challenge. And we have a lot of support that we get from Children's Mercy Hospital. A lot of camp counselors, volunteers help us throughout that week.
I just want to mention that the camp is in Linwood, Kansas, which is right by DeSoto, so it is pretty much in our backyard. So, like we said earlier, it's our neighborhood, money stays in here.
Absolutely. Next on the calendar of events would be our Step Out Walk that's coming up next Saturday, just the 21st. We already have Team Subway put together for 2013, but I want to take a step back and kind of show some numbers as to what it looked like the first time Subway came out and shared that experience with us. We had 12 on Team Subway in 2011. It exploded to 43 walkers last year, and we are trying to even explode that again in 2013. So that's a big deal for us to have a sea of yellow there down on the plaza. It's at Heights Park to go through that walk and celebrate those who are affected with diabetes. And as we looked and we saw everyone raise their hands in terms of if they know someone who has diabetes, a loved one, we all fit that mold. So if you can and you have that date open, please come join us. Again, out at the ADA table, you will see there's sign-up sheets there for anyone who's interested in joining us. And everyone who signs up today will receive a pair of sunglasses. And I'm sorry I don't have any on with me to show you, but they are out at the table. And then also, if you are personally affected by diabetes, we share that experience and we honor you by this Red Striper hat. So please, if you're out at the ADA table, go ahead and take one of these also. It's our gift to you, and we like to honor those who are challenged with this disease. Next up, and this is coming up in October, we talked about the wonderful pinup campaign and the results that we had in 2012. Let's go back to 2011. From the results and all of the efforts that every Subway store who participated with us, and let me tell you, there's a ramp-up period because there were bumps that we all experienced, both on our side, the ADA, as well as trying to get our staff and all of those sandwich artists kind of comfortable with what this means and how to make the ask. But the results were still outstanding. 2011, just over $25,000. 2012, $30,760. That's a huge impact for us. This drives and this money provides the services to the nearly 320,000 people in the Kansas City metro area that are affected by diabetes. So the pinup campaign for 2013 is going to run from October to November once again. And the easy ask that your Subway, your sandwich artist can ask, would you like to help stop diabetes? That's a very easy question right there, and that's how the conversation can start. So if we look at what our goals are for 2013, and this was really put together with Gina and Jeff and where we want to see this go, we're hoping that we can reach 66,000 this year. And I am confident with your support and kind of understanding what this program is, how we've got 2 years under our belt to really execute again very successfully this year. I have no doubt that we will meet these goals. And if you break those numbers down, and what it looks like, if you go to the very bottom denominator, that's basically $5 per day per store in that 2-month campaign. $5 football, as Gina was saying, that's the correlation right there. So we know that we can get there with your support. We have incentives, just like we've done in past years, for your store employees to really get them on board. And you'll see those incentives and kind of some photographs at the different levels. We've got the pins that they can wear on their hats. We've got the carabiners for reaching that $500 mark, and cinch sacks for that $1,000 mark. And this is for every staff employee at your store. We do the traveling trophy for the week the top fundraising store for the week, and that's a really coveted award.
Yeah, I see that trophy.
It's out at the table, and I'm telling you, there are stores that just want to get that trophy and they don't want it to leave for the entire campaign, and that's always kind of cool to kind of go through that experience with them. But the traveling trophy will go week by week. We do a great celebration with customers in there. You've got the ADA staff that's coming with the trophy, balloons, just to give that celebration and recognition to the stores. At the end of October, we have a plaque presentation for the top fundraising store for that month. We do that again in November, and then we also have an overall winner, the top fundraiser. Those are 3 different plaques that stay within your store to give the recognition to you. Then, the top 3 stores, Gina was wanting me to mention, this is still a work in progress, but Coca-Cola will be coming on board again this year, and the top 3 stores will get really nice gifts from
Just like they did
Coca-Cola.
last year, it's just we haven't announced the gifts yet.
Exactly. So that's kind of what the campaign looks like for this year. On the next slide, we need to do a huge round of applause for Payola, because they were the top fundraising store in 2012. They raised $2,645.60. So. It's not surprising that they were the top fundraising store in 2011 also. So they've really made their mark, and I know that they're already talking about the campaign and so forth. So congratulations to them. Second place, kudos to Warrensburg, and also third place, kudos to Belton. There was just a couple $100 between each of those, so nice job. And the last slide, just a huge thank you guys. You'll see a picture of the trophy up there. Thank you, Subway. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to another great campaign.
So as we said earlier, this is a facet. And some of you guys can see how we've grown something small in Kansas City, and now it's blossomed into something bigger. And I can't tell you the relationships and how we're finding a way into the neighborhoods and getting it out there. So franchisees that are in other markets that don't have the diabetic menu there yet, we're working on that. But you can still participate in this campaign if you choose to. If you aren't interested in that, please see either Gina, myself, or Mason and let them know. We can get started with you and getting that done. For the one stores at the Kansas City market and some of the surrounding pieces, markets that have already said they want to be part of it, something different we're going to do this year is just track the results. Remember, we have a $300 goal, and so we took the hand, kind of color it in the code. We can place these out so where people can kind of see how the store is doing. I think that if we place something out there and we state our goals, there will be somebody that will make, if you're so short, somebody will step up and say, you only need $10 or $20 to push you over, they'll do it. And you'll find that we'll be able to get more money raised for them. So this is here, you have these materials here today, correct? So where did it come up?
At the table for the ADA food. Yeah.
So if you're in the Kansas City market, you're here, pick these up from your stores, and then you can put them up. And these can be, I know, since it's a promotional window, these can be kind of placed in the customer area. They don't have to be tucked back in the storeroom. We want customers to see what we're doing too, okay, because they're part of the raising of the funds as well. Okay. I think that's it for the ADA. So again, thank you very much. Thank you. So if you guys want to say hello to the 2 wonderful girls, they're great. They're awesome. They'll be here at lunch. So make sure you kind of walk by and say hello, welcome to it.
What are we doing?
Giving insulin. I'm 315.
Because of the Subway cookies.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes. You did a good job up there.
Thank you. I got this cord.
Awesome.
I got those flowers that Allie's stealing.
Let me see your flowers. Beautiful.
Got a Subway.
Oh, you got a Subway card. Awesome.
2 of them.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Good job, baby.
Thank you.